link. Oh, hi. All right.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I am Dina. Welcome to the LovePod Podcast. That is Jordan to my right. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're not, the next voice you will hear will be Jordan's.
Hello, welcome back. We finally made it to the finale of House of Villains.
Yes, it has been a long journey, and here we are at episode 10. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I actually got to watch this episode live, and it was the first one that I got to watch live, so that was fun. And
Was it a
exciting.
different experience for you?
A little bit, yeah. I don't watch a lot of live TV, so it was fun.
I don't either. Maybe we should go back to that because there's too many streaming services now and I can't keep up.
Oh, and they're getting ridiculous too, because it's like you have to catch whatever you want to watch, like on whichever service it happens to be on for like whatever month-long window that it's on there.
And I watched House of Villains on the E app, but every once in a while I had to revert to the NBC app because I couldn't get it to work on the E app.
And I watched it on Sling. I've been watching it on Sling. So I've been paying for that.
Okay. You should stop doing that and we'll talk about other things. Speaking of other things, do you want to watch Traders? Because Bananas is on there.
Oh yeah, I saw that. So it's like pretty similar.
I don't know. I didn't watch the first season. I think it's more like Clue than House of Villains. I think we'll find out. Today is day 15 of trying to get Bananas on the podcast. What's up, Johnny Bananas? Come join us. I will keep posting. If I have to go to day 1500, I'll do it.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. Soon he'll be begging us to come on his podcast. That's right, Death, Taxes, and Bananas. I'm watching you. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into the episode because even though it's taken us all this time to get here, I feel like this episode went by so fast.
It really did. It was great, but it was also like that's all we get. We've been with you this whole journey. Yeah.
But there was a lot going on too.
I mean, if The Bachelor can have a 3-hour season finale, why can't we get a 2-hour season
I would
finale?
have watched it. Was it longer, or is that in my head? Or is it because I was watching it live? Because it seems like it went longer than an hour.
I don't think it did. They didn't promote it as going longer than an hour. Maybe it was the endless commercials.
That might have been it. Honestly, that might have been it. Okay. But anyways, so we start out with this new, I guess this is like this episode's Battle Royale challenge, which is a gross foods challenge.
I hate these. Longtime challenge fan, longtime hater of watching people puke.
I thought it was really interesting that Anfisa just like didn't try to win this challenge at all.
I think she knew she wasn't going to win the entire shebang. So it was like, why torture yourself? That's just a guess. But she really didn't have an advantage. And she is very picky about her diet too. If you follow her Instagram, because she is I don't know if you would call her bodybuilder. She's a fitness competitor. And so I don't think, was it cow eyeballs or something? Whatever it was were on the menu on her diet plan.
Can't remember what all she got. I know she got a bunch of eggs though. And she ate like one of them, but only the white part.
Yeah. She's very strict diet. You can't break that for 200K, I guess.
Well, I guess. I mean, I respect it, but so, but I, do you think that she was really expecting Bananas to save her?
I think that would be really dumb if she was, because he's got way stronger alliances in the house. Almost everybody in that finale, like she was maybe Fairplay slightly below her because of everything that happened, but she is not the top of that food pyramid.
Well, either way, she didn't try, and she certainly didn't win, but Bananas did. So good for him.
Now, can you tell me, I missed in true LovePod fashion, I forgot that I didn't watch the first 5 minutes of the episode up until we started recording. And so the villains just showed up. Like
Yeah.
we have the ex-villains who got ousted make an appearance, but not like anything flashy.
From what I remember, it was just they were, our remaining 5 are just sitting at the table, and Joel just kind of says that the others are coming back. And, there was like we got like a little sneak peek of like the wall, like coming
Coming
back or
back.
whatever.
Yeah.
And it just showed that same thing again. And they walked in from like, the bookcase door. But like that was all it was. There wasn't any like super, just like crazy introduction to the others coming back.
All that budget must have gone to Tanisha and New York's makeup crew, because what are they doing? They just have people like they're zooming in. They can't be bothered to show up. They've got fake accents going on. The challenges are half-assed. They're really phoning it in the last 3 episodes of the series.
Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big deal. It was just like, oh yeah, everybody's coming back, and they just came back.
Okay.
That was it.
Well, I'm glad
I think there was maybe, I don't even remember if, I think New York may have had a few words to say, of course. But then again, I could be making that up. I really don't remember. It wasn't that eventful.
Wasn't there something New York was like, I got beef, but I can also like chicken? And that was her way of apologizing to Tanisha for their beef.
Okay. Which that was after this though, right?
I don't know.
I mean,
Am I supposed to be, is there, oh yeah, it is after that.
We should have rewatched this episode before we started talking about it, I guess.
It's too late. All 30 people listening to this, we are sorry. Please stop giving us bad. We have I promise, last aside, 3.7 rating on Spotify. And I do not understand, because I clearly gave instructions that if you do not like this podcast, to email us and not to give us a bad review.
Don't leave a review.
Whoever is out there, we're averagely on this podcast and would appreciate a 5-star review. And that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't review us. Please don't rate us if you don't have 5 stars to give, because we give you this, which is not much today. We watched the show when it aired, and it's a week later, and I don't even know what happens.
It's Christmas, people.
Yeah, it's I heard on the First Degree podcast, they call it Trash Week, the week between Christmas and New Year's, where just nothing happens and nothing gets done. So welcome to Trash Week. Trashy TV Trash Week. Yeah, I don't.
Catchy.
Anyway, I promise to be good this time. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
But before we do move on from the eating challenge, I feel like I have to talk about, there was a lot of focus put on Shake and the hot wings and the aftermath of said hot wings. And I'm so sorry, Shake.
I am a big Hot Ones fan, which is 10 increasingly hot wings, where they interview celebrities while they're trying to eat these hot wings. And I have never seen more of a struggle than I have with Shake and these hot wings. I can only imagine what sauce they put on them, what they did to them, if they had Jack's cooking in the back, or they came from Jax's restaurant and that's why they were so difficult to get down. But he was suffering.
He was.
And even if you don't like Shake, I feel like you can relate to that feeling.
Poor Shake. But anyways, he didn't win. He did give it his all, though. I mean, I was rooting for him.
I think he was the guys were really holding it down in this finale, trying to battle it out. And of course, Bananas is no stranger to eating challenges, so he took it like a champ. I'm pretty sure Tanisha was more excited than Bananas was that he won.
Well, she was pretty excited, wasn't she? Tanisha, and I don't know, just she really stuck out to me these last few episodes. Just really pulling that, I don't know. I feel like in previous episodes, I'd never really noticed how her being just this everybody's best friend kind of thing until these last 2 or 3 episodes. And, I don't know if that's an editing thing, but I just
Yeah.
saw a lot more of it.
Very relatable, very likable. Not what you'd expect of a villain, but
No.
somebody I'd want to hang out with.
Oh, for sure. I love Tanisha.
Tanisha, we're going to start doing day 1. Try and get to Tanisha on the show. It's
Let's
going to be
go.
a very long Instagram story, everybody, for the next year. So buckle up.
Okay, but anyways, after the eating challenge, we go back to the house, and basically it just kind of becomes this big reunion because we have all 10 villains back in the house.
It's good to see. I missed so many of them. I missed their dynamics together. I missed Bobby even. Where was Bobby White?
Oh, not all 10, only 9. He didn't show up.
I don't like it. If you're gonna have a reunion, see, that makes me think he intentionally left the show when he did too. Like he had other stuff going on. Because no explanation, no like appearance on Zoom, just no Bobby whatsoever.
No, and I want to say that when they did bring them back in, they were like, we couldn't get a hold of Bobby or something like that. Like he wouldn't
He didn't answer our calls.
Yeah.
He ghosted the show.
They made a comment like that. So who knows? Where was Bobby? I'd like to hear about it.
I don't know. We also found out that Jack's wife had a stroke. Brittany had a stroke. That's terrible.
Yeah. I know. And that stuff happened like right after he left the house.
Right. Very, I don't want to say fortunate timing, but like lucky that, not that they wouldn't have interrupted the show for something like that, but that he happened to get out and was available quickly to go help his wife and support her. So we're sorry that he had to leave Jack's, but glad that everything is okay now. And Brittany's on the mend and sending you our love.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
But there were other key moments too. We had mentioned, or I had mentioned before, the New York loves beef, but she also knows when to set it aside. And so she has her moment with Tanisha. The women coming together and supporting each other. We love to see it. Love to see it.
I thought all the reunions were fun. It was fun to see kind of people coming back and those dynamics coming back into play. It was a fun little part.
I wish we would have seen more of Corinne, the Cornetta's dynamic, but it was kind of like an aside, like, yeah, I'm mad because he is flirting with Anfisa. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
The end. All that lead up, all the social media content on both of their feeds. And that's all we got. It was just, yeah, that sucks. Okay.
Moving on.
Everybody moving on to the hit list nominations.
Yeah.
All right. Who's up?
So obviously Bananas has the power and he can basically save one person and put 3 people up on the hit list. And he puts up Shake, Fairplay, and Anfisa. Are you surprised at all that he saved Tanisha?
The only reason I am surprised is because I feel like if anything was going to ruin his game, like, give somebody else a stronger chance of winning, it was saving Tanisha. Like, there's no greater threat to him in that house to win than Tanisha. And that's not a normal Bananas strategy. He screwed over his partner in Rivals 2, I think, when he stole the money from Sarah Rice on the challenge. And saving Tanisha, I feel like, may have redeemed him in a lot of people's eyes from that moment. So
that's true.
I
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, the Tananas are or Benicia alliance is strong. So that did it surprised me in that way. But that epic reign, they really couldn't stop talking about it. So I'm wondering how bad, because it didn't sound that bad on my end. I didn't, hear anything crazy.
I don't think it was that crazy, like on camera or from what we could tell. But yeah, they did talk about it.
But very appropriate for a house of villains for the finale to have one of the craziest rainstorms in Los Angeles history.
Yes.
So maybe they should have moved everybody outside and really given the villains a run for their money.
Should have been thunder and lightning.
Yeah, inside the house even. Don't even take them outside.
Next season, guys, that's a tip.
Yeah, they've got not voodoo dolls. They've got dolls. They could have made it happen.
Yeah, true. Speaking of which, what happened to the dolls? Like,
yeah, that was the end of that, I guess. Once again, really the consistency.
Hadn't thought about that, but the dolls, I guess, just kind of got thrown to the wayside, huh?
Yeah, there wasn't much going on. There was no grand elimination of the last 4 dolls. It was a little bit overwhelming at this point for me with Shake and Anfisa. They're all villains and they're doing the polite, we're all friends route. We appreciate how far we've made it on the show. And I wanted some really good villain moments, and I wasn't feeling like I got any.
I know. And it's like, it kind of just like, and I guess it's just the nature of the show, but or the type of show. But it definitely kind of left that whole, who's the greatest villain storyline and just became another sort of popularity contest really at the end. Which, I am very happy with the winner. I wanted her to win.
We did discuss that last time. Yeah.
And so I'm happy about it. But do I think she was the greatest villain on the show?
No, not at all. I would say the opposite end of the spectrum. But we'll get there. Let's get back into the house after these nominations. At that point, I thought maybe Fairplay was in the best position to win because, Anfisa doesn't have a lot of, win a spot at the final.
Right. Yes.
Not necessarily win. Shake is over it. I thought he was going to quit. Anfisa really has limited alliances. And then Fairplay's really the only one left. So if Shake dies of extreme dehydration from eating those wings in the aftermath, and Anfisa can't get a lot of votes, then, Fairplay could have clinched it.
Yeah, I mean, really, you're right. I mean, I do think he had potential. And I was,
we're always rooting for you, Fairplay.
Yes, I was. But that kind of takes us into the Redemption Challenge, which is a Who Said It challenge, which was...
I wanted to ask you right before we get into the Redemption Challenge, Shake and New York are strategizing and Corinne's kind of in the bathroom.
Yes.
And I know it seemed intentional that he's talking to New York so that Corinne can overhear. But do you know what the benefit was of him making a deal with New York? Because that one vote isn't gonna swing things his way. He needs to do a lot more campaigning because there's not many
I don't know,
unless
he thought that New York could convince other people maybe that she... I don't know.
She had those. The only other relationship that she really seemed to have that was strong was Corinne, and she certainly isn't voting for Shake. I don't know. It seemed like a confusing aside to me.
Almost like maybe he just thought he didn't have a chance with anyone else, though.
Yeah, maybe that's his thing because he did do that with Omarosa when we kind of knew she was on her way out the door. So maybe he's just grasping at straws.
Doing what he can.
Didn't work out, but we'll find out about that.
But at least he was trying.
He did. He stepped up his game. Baby steps for the baby villain.
Right. So we go into the Redemption Challenge, the Who Said It challenge. And I will say, as soon as this was about to start, I was like, Anfisa's going to win this because it's the quiet ones. We hear everything. We know everything that's going on. I was like, Anfisa's got this. Whereas going into, before we knew what it was like, oh, Anfisa is probably going to be the first one to go. But once I knew what it was, I was like, oh, no, she's taking it home.
And she did. Shake got eliminated fairly quickly.
I know. And I was sad. I was like, oh, the end of an era. Shake, you made it so far. You went through so much pain to get here.
like he said, he made it further than even he thought he was going to make. We weren't sure he'd make it past the first week. So props to Shake. High fives to you. Fist
Well
bumps.
done.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be rooting for you on your next show as long as it's not about finding a wife.
Absolutely. No more dating shows, Shake.
No more. Okay, so Shake doesn't win. Anfisa makes the final 3, and Fairplay can't break that second place curse.
No, poor guy.
He just never makes it to the finale. And I didn't know Omarosa's married to a pastor. She's so PC.
I didn't know that either. I thought that was funny though.
Omarosa said tits on camera.
When
she's married to a pastor. That was probably like the best line of the episode. So thanks for that. I also liked that Corinne called her a cartoon villain because I think that's so like the best description of her. I wouldn't be able to phrase it better.
I could see a cartoon of Omarosa.
Yeah, I think she definitely embodies all of those like Cruella de Vil kind of traits that you don't think exist in real life. And then here you go. You have Omarosa. I think her last name is Maginot. I might be making that up.
I have no idea.
Omarosa. She needs no last name. She needs no introduction.
It's just Omarosa.
Yes, absolutely. So she's a cartoon villain. And then we hear that Bananas gets nervous. I didn't think that was possible 45 seasons into his reality TV career.
Apparently it is.
He's been on reality TV as long as I've been out of high school. I mean, it's quite the career track he has. So I guess you can still get nervous when there's high stakes.
I guess so.
And then we have that, of course, the Benicia for life, lovey-dovey, maybe sinking of Banana's ship moment.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. We are at the final moment.
The final elimination. Everything has led up to this moment.
Except Shake changing his wardrobe. Shake has the same suit on. He has had every elimination. If there was any other proof that he wasn't expecting to be there any longer, I think it's that suit. He should probably have it framed. It was pretty good.
He was consistent. I'll give him that.
Yeah. That's true. He was consistent. I didn't like everybody else was very dressed up. They brought their A game. And then Bananas was just in a t-shirt and jeans. Like,
yeah, interesting choice.
I know it's his shirt, his promo, whatever. Throw on like a bow tie or something.
I would have liked to see him show up as Johnny Papaya at least.
That would have been amazing. How did we
not
get... You know, of all the villains in the house, I think Johnny Papaya is the greatest one of all time because never gives, leaves us wanting more. And you can't really ask for much out of a villain other than that. But like you said, this season wasn't necessarily about who the greatest villain was.
Yeah, it did not turn out that way for sure. But, and like, I actually like, I talked to my husband about that. I was like, but it just didn't turn out to be like the greatest villain. It just kind of turned out to be who everybody liked the most, which again, happy with the results, but, I don't think that the title made sense.
I think anytime you have a voting, open to voting on a show, we saw it with Dancing with the Stars. It's not necessarily true to the title. Like Dancing with the Stars, Harry Jowsey from Too Hot to Handle made it very far in the competition, very far. Terrible dancer, very nice to look at, obviously has a big fan base. Terrible dancer. Made it so far. I was getting so frustrated. These talented dancers, people that are trying so hard, are going home left and right, and this man is still there. And I'm not saying that the winner of this season of House of Villains isn't deserving, but just kind of a comparison of you get away from like the dancing, you get away from the villain title, and you're starting to go to like who is the most popular one, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's not some kind of criteria for that vote, or it's not an unbiased panel, I think some things never change. It's like the superlatives in high school. It's going to be based on popularity.
Yep.
Which is fine.
So we're voting between Bananas, Tanisha, and Anfisa, which I have to just say that it irked me so badly that Anfisa was in the final 3.
Right? Who would you like to see out of all of the casts, like all 10 cast members?
Fairplay.
Yeah. I see. I would have liked to see Shake. Sorry, Fairplay. But I think no matter who you put there, I think the end result would be the same. Like, I can't see Omarosa being there, Jax being there, and it ending any differently than it did.
But it's so, and they do this, public vote. So they have to just vote in front of everybody, which is, different than the format that we've done so far. But was interesting. But at least to make me feel a little bit better, Anfisa did not receive any of said votes.
She did receive a very nice compliment from Omarosa that she is a ray of light, and I'm thinking of like a really dim light, like a out light bulb. Who she doesn't. What are you seeing, Omarosa, that we are not seeing? Because when she does talk, she doesn't seem very happy, sunshiny, perky Disney princess.
No.
She seems a little bitter, a little angry at Shake, and a woman of a few words.
But, maybe Omarosa is just like trying to be as nice as she can because she's going to betray her and not vote for her.
Omarosa shouldn't care about being betrayed. I mean, betraying. She stabs in the back, not the front.
True. But like, I just thought that like, for all of her talk and all of her like, I'm trying to help Anfisa and stuff, for her to not even vote for her, which, I'm glad it worked out the way that it did, but still, like, come on.
Now she cares about Tanisha's son. She did not care about kids when it came to voting before, but now she's voting because Tanisha has a son. Omarosa, I cannot figure it out, woman. I do not know. Should we be scared of you? Are you a cuddly princess teddy bear secretly that we don't know about? I don't know. I like the cartoon villain angle. I wouldn't want to see it any other way. But if you are secretly a teddy bear, that would be nice too.
I think it's just, whatever card she decides to play that day.
Yeah, it is a little bit, you just never know what you're going to get from her. Fairplay. Ooh.
Fairplay's outfit.
Human lava lamp Jonny Fairplay?
Yes.
He did not come to play, and he did not come to play fair. He was very upset. Understandably.
He was upset.
But
he should have been up there.
He should. It wasn't really, like we keep coming back to it, but like a good representation of villains in the finale. It was a layup, a great villain, and a very awesome woman who we all love and admire, and who we will talk about winning in a second because we have to talk about the rest of the voting.
So I was trying to remember who voted for who in my head, and I know Omarosa voted for Tanisha.
I wrote it down because I knew this was going to come up.
Okay, good.
So we have in Banana's corner, Corinne, Shake, and Jonny Fairplay. In Tanisha's corner, Omarosa, Jax, and then New York is the last to vote, and she also votes for Tanisha, tying up the vote for Bananas. And Tanisha and Anfisa is out of there.
And then Anfisa, plot twist, gets to really make the final decision. Which, like, and why? But
right. And we all knew she wasn't voting for Bananas there. No surprise.
No, and if, at the very end, maybe Anfisa was a villain just then, in that moment.
You're right. I still have to never go back and watch 90 Day Fiancé. It's just not my thing. But I will watch clips of her because I've heard.
I do enjoy that clip of her yelling about her makeup bag. So that's really funny. I do like it. It gets stuck in my head a lot.
But with
So I may
that, do you
start
think that
using
makes
that
her
one.
a villain? Does that sound like villainous to you?
I don't know. Either way, I like it. It was so interesting though,
Okay.
because her accent is so strong in that clip, but I never felt like her accent was that strong on this
No.
show.
You know, sometimes it comes out when you're angry. Like when I'm around my
That's true.
family, even though I don't have a New York, Long Island accent, it will come out the more I'm with them. And I have to make a conscious effort not to talk like that anymore. So I could see when you're angry, when you're not really
That's true.
thinking it through, that it definitely comes out. Plus, you know, you gotta stay silent and make it to the finale.
True.
Or stay
And that's what she
silent to
did.
make it to the finale. So if she lets us know what her accent is truly like, then she might have lost the game.
And then, she gets to really make the final decision. She gets to pick who takes the money.
If she was not the deciding factor, let's say Shake and Fairplay both voted for bananas. So what do you think would have happened if she weren't the decision maker? If they said New York, either
Or like
you
if Bobby was there even.
or it,
Because,
yeah.
if he had been there, there wouldn't have been room for a tie.
That's true. And I think he might have voted for bananas because Tanisha was a factor in him getting ousted on his episode. So I don't know.
So
it might have
may
played
have been
out
a
differently.
different, yeah.
But it didn't. And our winner was
Tanisha.
Congratulations, Tanisha. We are so excited for you. It was such a cute moment. She did appeal to everybody in her speech, which I thought was really a clincher as well. And we love to see it.
I mean, like I said, I really grew to like her. I'm really happy that she won. She really won my heart when it showed the clip of her in the closet eating Subway. She just really won me over then. I'm happy she won. And it's been a good season.
Yeah, not upset about it. Can't wait for, I don't know if there will be a season 2, but we would love for there to be a season 2.
Hopefully.
And moving on, we will be recapping Traitors starting on January 21st, I think. We're definitely recapping Love is Blind starting February 14th. We will be here. Will you be our Valentines?
Yes. Will that be season 6?
It will be.
Oh my gosh, 6 seasons.
Where did the time go, Jordan? We have been on this
insane.
ride.
Well, if you think about it, the first season came out around Valentine's Day.
Yes, I think it came out on. Didn't it come out on Valentine's Day?
It might have, but that's when all of this started. So, really interesting.
We have been with you guys for 6 seasons now of Love is Blind. We will continue to be here through Love is Blind season 60, should we get that lucky. And we've got some very cool stuff coming up for you. We have interviews with Devlin Wilder, with Dr. Viviana Coles, formerly of Married at First Sight, now has a very popular song, Sleigh Bells, out wherever you listen to music, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, wherever you get it, that's where you'll find it. And Nick Thompson from none other than Love is Blind. So those are all coming out before February 14th in no particular order.
Yeah, we've got some exciting stuff hopefully coming up next year, so stick around.
Thank you for following us. Thank you for listening. Please like, rate, review, give us 5 stars and nothing less. We demand the best for you and from you. Happy New Year. We love you.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.